Welcome everyone to another great episode of Brutally Honest. I am your host, Stichs, NBC. That's nothing but classics music. And today I am joined with...
Bella! What was that?
Does Bella have a first name? No? It's just Bella.
Yes, it's just going to be Bella.
Okay, with Bella. I'm joined with Bella. Apparently we're not giving our government names today, so never mind the Sandy. I'm Stitches. I'm only going to give Stitches, or you can call me Michael if you guys want. How's everybody doing? Welcome everybody to another great episode of Brutally Honest. Now today we're going to be talking about a lot of different topics, such as, should you break up with them if your kids don't get along? Like, let's say, as an example, we're dating and you got kids, I got kids, and they just don't get along for whatever reason. It's like every time we trying to have some time together, you know, whether it's like go do some type of family outing, even going out for like a barbecue, going out to the pool, even going out on a nature walk, it's very unpleasant. Like, the kids just don't get along. We're going to talk about that. I already see you got some things to say about that. That's good. Let's hold that in. We're going to talk about a lot of things, different things. Like, we're also going to talk about, like, can you be dealing with somebody that's always bringing their friend along? I mean, seriously, you're trying to go out on a date and she's like, but my roommate wants to go. Oh, but you know, I feel sorry for her. She just went through a bad breakup. Come on, bye. Let's just bring her, like... Can you really deal with somebody that's always trying to bring their friend along? We got those topics. We also got topics that I love. Bella actually came up with. She wants to talk about how easy it is, and I'm just trying to paraphrase it, but it's like how easy it is to misunderstand somebody's intentions.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that because I got a few things to say about that. We're also gonna talk about how can you spot the signs of a toxic person. Now, this is we actually disagree on this one because I believe love is blind, and when you're in love, you're just under a spell. You think everything is so good, and it's not. It's
Don't
not.
get me started.
It's not.
Don't get me
We're gonna
started.
talk about that.
Okay.
But I did have posted something like, "Am I missing out on anything by not dating online?" You clearly said nope, you ain't missing out on shit.
But I'm saying that as a female though.
Yeah, but why did you say that? Like, why did you say like, no, I'm not missing out on anything?
Because so you want to know what I gone through? Okay, so I got
It's up to you. You know, if you want to share that with us, we'd appreciate it, right? Hey guys, it's your first time here. Can y'all please be nice with the comments, guys? Please just please be nice.
Brutally honest for a reason. Brutally honest, okay?
Okay, she gave y'all the green light, so let them rip. Let them roll. Now, but seriously, from a female's perspective, why do you feel like it's a waste of time to be on a dating site?
Okay,
That's not what you said, but do you agree with that statement as well? It's a waste of time?
It is, because I guess if you're looking for something that is just for fun, I guess that's up to you. But even then, that can be dangerous because you don't know who you're going to be dealing with, who you're going to end up getting into drama with, all of that. But as far as looking for something through dating websites, you can't because all people want to do is ask for threesomes and
She must be talking from personal experience.
No, but I've met other people who has gone through that.
Press 1 if y'all watching live, 2 if it's a replay, and if you guys want to shout out, comment. I need to see them comments. I ain't seeing enough. I need to see them comments, guys. Come on. Now, but okay, so what instantly turns you on or what instantly turns you off from a dating site?
Oh my gosh. Okay, profile picture. If you're flashing money, drugs, weed, if you have a fucking girlfriend and you're still hitting me up, why do you have a picture of you and your girlfriend on a dating profile? First of all,
let you know that he likes to share.
Oh my gosh.
He's okay with sharing.
But I'm not gonna lie, there's been a few times where women will hit me up on Facebook saying, listen, me and my man want to have some fun with you. We'll fly you out and everything. You live in Atlanta, first of all, so no. Second of all, I don't roll that way. But I don't know, it's just like
you would have probably taken that ticket, and they would have probably left your ass stranded out there for not wanting to fulfill the agreement which was made prior to you booking that flight.
Oh my god, I wasn't even thinking about it.
So that
I just
instantly
left her
turns
on
you
red.
off. Honest.
Yeah,
Okay,
drugs,
so
money,
straight off the
trauma.
profile picture. So you're not even looking at the bio yet. You're just looking at first it comes with the profile picture,
Yeah,
right?
because if you're already showing off your money, things like that, why is that important to you? Why is that your first thing? And on top of that, why are you snitching on yourself? Like,
I mean,
like you don't even know.
a lot of people don't take relationships serious, especially when it comes to infidelity, especially when it comes to loyalty and faithfulness. A lot of times, that's the agreement they have. A lot of times, all they have is an open relationship, and they like swingers. We know what swingers are. Maybe they're just swingers. I mean, I'm not here to judge them, but at the end of the day, you still have the power and the control to say no. You feel me? So so now I know what turns you off. I want to know you, everybody watching now, ladies, what's the one thing, it doesn't have to be the main thing, but just one thing that turns you off from a Tinder profile, from a POF account, from a dating site. You know? I want to know, like what turns me off instantly. I didn't even have to put a lot of thought behind this. Number one is bad grammar. You know, number one is bad grammar as far as what's turning me off. As a man, speaking from a man, me personally, bad grammar is going to turn me off. Like, for example, if you sound ghetto or ratchet, if you have a short bio, but yet you still want to put, like, for that, you know, you're putting DAT. Like that was cool when we was 20, but, like...
20? That was cool when we was 16?
Okay, cool, but like I'll be in my 30s now. It's a turn off for me. Why? Because I relate that and I define it as far as being uneducated. I could be wrong. I mean, that's cool, but that's just my perception of when I see a female. That's the number one thing that turns me off. Right,
and I feel like I agree with you when it comes to that, because when you want to present yourself to the public, you want to present yourself as high as possible. You don't want to lower yourself by letting people think that you are uneducated, you have no thought and no patience for knowledge.
We have to treat social media the same way we would act when we walk into the room full of people that we don't know. What's the first impression you're trying to give these people? Whether you're on social media, whether you're on a dating profile, anything like that. And I keep out here talking about like who reads profile on a dating site. You're damn right, bro. That's why I don't have no dating sites or no dating profiles. Like, another thing that turns me off is, it's very similar to what you said. I would say as far as like just being bougie. Like, you're being bougie, all you're doing is Louis this and Gucci that, and you want to sip on Cavarsi, but this is all you're showing, though. But that's what I'm saying, but this is all you're showing and things like that. And it's like, for a man, when we see that, we're going to be like, this chick is high maintenance. I ain't dealing with that. Like, if I don't take this chick to a 5-star restaurant, she ain't down with just Golden Corral. Nah, she needs, Kobe's Steakhouse.
Okay, Kobe's Steakhouse is good price, though. I went there one time and I was like, I would take a dude there for a date. Like, let me treat him. I mean, yes, I am that type of person, so...
Barty's saying your energy, but Barty, it's kind of hard to tell somebody's energy from a dating profile. Now, you could correct me if I'm wrong. I would love for you guys if you actually did. I actually think that it's hard to actually read somebody's energy. But let's turn things a little to a positive. What instantly turns you on from a dating profile? And honestly... Yeah, she's like, nada. Like, I know you know Spanish.
Yeah, of course I do. Honestly, I guess before I experimented, I guess like an actual nice picture, a nice smile, and then if I actually take the time to read your bio, actually seeing things that intrigues me.
Once you pass the profile picture, once that catches you, now you're reading the profile. Okay, yeah. Keith, there's your answer, bro. That's the second step.
Listen,
okay?
And looks aren't always the thing. It's being confident in yourself and me feeling that through your profile picture. But let me tell you one thing. Just because you got a nice profile picture and not flexing, doesn't mean you're not a fuckboy, okay? Just saying.
He could be a fuckboy on the low, right?
Oh my, no, on the low, on the high. I just didn't know him because I met him off of fucking POF.
Exactly, POF. So you should already know what the intentions are, but I don't want to talk about intentions just because I actually have a question that leads on to that. Now, Luna Bella, thank you for commenting all the way from Italy. I hope you guys are safe from there. I can be upscale and still eat tacos. Great, but let me guess, you want some sour cream and tomatoes on that too, right? Yeah, I know regular tacos, and you know, she needs a taco supreme.
No. Tacos are just fine with me, baby. Like, you want to take me on a date? Tacos is just fine. Just no McDonald's, no fast food. Like somebody, oh my God.
So you can't eat healthy at McDonald's? They got snack wraps. They got salads.
Yeah, but
they got water.
No, but you can actually sit down and have tacos at a good price at Tijuana Flats. Why would you go to McDonald's?
How about taking you to a food truck instead?
Okay, food trucks are cute though. But I would probably
You see, I'm with this. I like this.
And
I like
food
this.
trucks, honestly, food trucks is just like the flavor. It has much more flavor. It's not considered fast food to me. It's considered more of a. It's like tasting a spirit of the island or wherever the
nice
food is
wording.
from. You get
I
what
like
I'm
that
saying?
one. I thought you was drowning. I was trying to help you, but I ain't have no words. But you did a good job. You provided your own lifesaver for that. I like that. I like that. Now I'm just saying though, like as far as like when I was thinking about what instantly turns me on from a dating profile, I actually had to put some thought into this because it's like being that I don't do that. I'm not with that Tinder. I'm not with that POF. I'm not with that Christian mingle. Whatever it is. Now I would be lying if I said I never did. No, of course I did. Did I ever have luck? No. I'm still single, so no, I didn't have that much good luck. I'm just saying though, like I had to kind of revert my mind back to when I did have those dating profiles and what was it that really attracted me. But it's kind of hard when you got years to think in a certain way, like how I'm thinking nowadays. It's kind of hard for me to revert back to those things. But to be honest, as I kept thinking about it and speaking from a man, let's be honest about this. Her damn profile picture is true. She has to be
it's
cute.
It's so much easier for a guy because they don't like. Not that they don't care.
Yeah, because guys have it easy, right?
Yeah, and then they don't have to worry about their safety.
Women have it hard all the time,
because
right?
You don't. When it comes to guys, you don't know who you have to deal with. But then again, that is like. I mean, like it's crazy because I'm very open-minded and I'm like so much for equality when it comes to emotions, when it comes to between men and women, physically and all of that. But for women, they actually have to think about their safety a lot more than men. But there are a lot of women who do take advantage of men, and women's got to stop doing that. Like.
They're not gonna stop doing that. They're still like catching up to all the pain and trauma we've caused them in the past. So it'll never be even.
Yeah, it's never gonna stop. But
it'll never be even. So like as a man, like the first thing that would attract me from a dating profile is her physical looks, how she actually looks. The second thing, and again I had to think about that, is she showing that she's a hustler type. Like she makes money, she got her own bread, she's independent. Because that to me, that shows ambition. And I get it. A lot of females will be like, "Well, guys get turned off, guys get intimidated." Yeah, I get it. Not this guy though. A lot of the men I know, we don't get intimidated. A lot of that, we actually yearn for things like that, for a woman to handle her own, but also know her place.
Yeah.
By knowing her place is as far as let a man be a man. And that man should let his woman be a woman. Let the woman be a woman. Let the man be a man. Now, it doesn't have to be as far as sexist, like, oh, women are supposed to cook and women are supposed to clean. And no, I don't, and men are supposed to work. No, when I'm talking about, like, if you're in a house and you're in a relationship and you're building, then you know what? You could take the trash out. I don't have to take the trash out all the time. I'm busy washing the dishes.
It's like a 50-50 thing. But
a lot of times you can't even say 50-50. People are like 100-100. I don't get it, but I'm with you with the 50-50.
100 when it comes to the emotional part, but when it comes to actual physical things, 50-50. Because we're not gonna both be working, and me doing everything, including taking care of the kids. Like,
well, that's a full-time job in its own, taking care of kids. Let's be honest about that. But the thing is about that, like, what really turns me on is from a woman that I'm interested and I see potential in, is her showing me that she's a good mother. But being that we're talking about dating profiles, I don't expect a woman to be putting her kids out there, especially when we're talking about Tinder and POF, being that that's the intention of having a dating profile, right? So it's like, the question I wanted to ask, like, so what's the point of having a dating profile nowadays if people slide in your DMs when all you have is Facebook and Instagram?
Do they?
You feel me?
They definitely do. And it's true.
And girls, y'all really get this. Like, y'all really get that attention. Y'all really get blown up because I feel like there's more. I'm not going to say there's more thirsty dudes than thirsty females. I'm not going to say that. I just feel like there's more men that are shameless, that really just don't care.
I feel like, okay, so men don't care, so they'll hit you up in the DMs even if they're in a relationship. But women, they'll do it in person even if they're in a relationship, so that in the messages, there's no evidence.
That's true. Aluna's like, look, I'm a surgeon and guys don't ask me out. They judge before getting to know me. Well, because you're a surgeon. What you expect? You know everything about their mind and their brains. They don't want to get called out on their bullshit. Yeah. I'm not interested. As a matter of fact, let me go deal with a bartender that only knows what type of drink I like.
It's not only that. It's just like a man wants to feel like he's able to provide for a woman. But if you're a surgeon and you're able to provide for yourself, then they're
pay my rent too. You know what? I'm sick. I just got fired. Can you pay my rent for the next 3 months? This surgeon is making $100K over here. Let's be honest about that. Nah, but for real though, like, what's the point of having a dating profile if people treat your regular social media as a dating site?
And they don't give up.
They don't give up.
You keep getting that wave. Honestly, there is no point. Especially now that Facebook got that new dating feature, you know.
Oh, they actually do. I seen your profile. It's pretty nice. I'm going to check it out. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm sure you did. That's why I'm here.
I'm just saying, though, like, I haven't even looked into that one, but I have seen the notifications. Like, hey, want to meet new friends? I don't even like the ones I have now. No. Close the damn window. Log out. I'm good. Now, okay, so to answer my own question, as far as why even have a dating site when people treat your social media as a dating site as well, it's because your social media is not a dating site and you have control of that. Being that, hold up, I only have a Facebook or only have an Instagram because I want to network, I want to communicate with my loved ones, with my family. I got a platform, I got a show, I got music, whatever it is. As far as you want to get exposure and communicating with others, that's your intentions. When you have a dating profile, the intention is meeting new people.
Right. But the thing is that in Facebook, there's so many groups that people will invite you to, will be involved in, and then they end up sliding in the DMs and posting things that build attraction and attention. They can't stop that, so they'll either respond or just block and ignore. And I feel like Facebook and IG is just enough. I am not going to lie, like, off of IG, I met somebody and that didn't work out, obviously. But I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that he was a bad person. He was a good person, but I
just not good enough.
Yeah.
That's not, not good enough. Well, that could have just been a bad experience, you know. It's not
but it's a lesson learned. It's a lesson learned. From what I learned from that experience is that I am the type of person who rather meet someone in person. If he strictly dickly over here, if he sparks my interest, then I'm going to let him know in some type of way that I'm interested in him. Okay, and then I'll let him make the next move.
You know, I have posted something that I said, if I ever get into a relationship, the last one to know is gonna be Facebook.
And I don't blame you.
And I had a lot of people that actually agreed with that. Well, there were some people that didn't disagree. They was like, oh, you shouldn't care what other people think and things like that.
And that's true.
But like you were saying, it's not about the other people, right?
Exactly. It's about the evil eye, the energy. Like, it depends on what you believe in. But on top of that, it's like the quality time that's spent together personally does not have to be posted everywhere. Eventually, I guess maybe in a year, maybe 6 months, that's up to the couple's discretion. You guys can actually let it be known that you two are together and the one's together. But other than that, other details and information about your relationship, nobody needs to know.
Why do you agree with you shouldn't be putting your private relationship public too early? I'm not saying early. I'm actually using the word too early, like way too early in the beginning phases. Now, Barty says she agrees. Why do you agree with that? Like, why do you agree that you shouldn't be making your private relationship public so early?
Public embarrassment.
That's number one, right? That public embarrassment.
Not only just with family, with friends, and not only because of what they may think or say, even though it doesn't matter, it still will affect you because some people are actually insecure and still get in a relationship and they'll let it get to them and ruin what they have. Now, another reason why public embarrassment can happen is because it ends up not working out a month later and you posted it in the beginning of your relationship.
Yeah, I definitely got some things to that. Keith, thanks for comments. And he actually said, but is it even a relationship if you don't post it?
That's why I say, like, if you guys are keeping your mouth open and letting them know, hey, I am with this person, when it comes to friends and family and all of that, and at least letting social media know, hey, I'm with this person, that's fine. That's great. But as far as details and things that should stay in between y'all, like, you see so many people fighting on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sometimes it's entertaining, but other times it's just like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Like, really?
And I used to be that person, but I think back, just like, oh my God.
Maybe you was just using it as a distraction to vent on other things in your own personal life. Maybe not. Who knows?
It's a cry for help. But that's another...
Subconsciously, right? Because consciously you're not doing it. Consciously you're not actually doing it. I'm not asking for help. No, you're actually doing things consciously like, hey, it's just fun and all this. But subconsciously, like you said, like, someone help me, please. Like, I'm dying over here.
If you're subtweeting something about your relationship, then that means something is going on, obviously, because that's what the status is saying. But you are only brought to that point because you can't take it anymore and you don't know what to do. So
that's like a release, like just a way
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
Okay, I understand.
But it just becomes into a bigger problem. And I made that mistake plenty of times when I was in a really important relationship. But I'm okay with admitting that because I learned from it. I took it as a lesson and I moved on and I do better.
I haven't made that mistake.
That's okay, don't
happy.
do it.
I'm gonna learn from your mistakes. Let me be wise. Right?
Yeah, that's a good way. Yep.
Nah, like Barty, your privacy. I like that. Because what if the person turns out to be annoying? Thanks, Luna, for commenting. Now, I agree with you guys as well. But my perspective on this is because when it's too early, the bond isn't even strong enough or isn't even tight enough to withstand the doubters, the haters, and everybody that really doesn't want to see you happy. Because in the beginning of the relationship, you're still getting to know each other. I don't know you, you don't know me. We're getting to know each other. I don't know your insecurities. I'm figuring out my insecurities by talking to you. Mm-hmm. Like I thought I wasn't jealous until I met you, and I'm like, damn, I like her. Like, who is hitting her up on them DM? That, you feel me? Like, love can make you crazy like that. So it's like, that's why I feel like we should really take our time. Now, the main reason why I've never done that is because there has to be steps to this. Mm-hmm. When I said Facebook will be the last one to know, that's because the first one to know will be my friends around me. Mm-hmm. First will be my friends, my boy, girls that I'm cool with, my brother, my family, that excludes my parents. Let's be honest about that. My parents is the next step from there. After I tell my friends and we cool, and I'm still with Shorty, now we going on our dates, now we going on public outings, and it's together. Oh, I want her to meet my friends. She wants me to meet her friends, and we cool, and everything is still vibing, everything is still smooth. I'm like, you know what? I like this. Let me introduce her to my brother now. Okay, cool. Everything is vibing, everything's cool. She ain't crazy. No, she vents out by crying and not fighting at me. Okay, cool. I can deal with that, right? So you know what? I think it's time for me to introduce her to my parents. And after I introduce her to my parents and everything is smooth and we've been together for X amount of time because it's going to depend with who you with. Like maybe one person you could meet somebody in 1 month, you're meeting their parents. Another person could take 1 year and you're meeting their parents. So I'm putting an X amount of time and you already met my parents. And after everything is all good, and I'm like, you know what? I can take this to the next level. You know what? Now let's make it public. Because even if I told my friends, even if I told my family, even if I told my parents, and I could be wrong, I still feel like that's me. That's my private life. Mm-hmm. Like that's my personal life. These are the people that I know personally. Not the 5,000 friends I have on Facebook. Yeah. Out of 5,000 friends, I might know maybe 1,500 of them, but let's be honest, 3,000 of them, it just added a friend because they just wanted more friends on your friends list, right? We don't even interact or anything like that. So I don't want to introduce them, especially I have so much boundaries, girl. Like, I'm such a very, no matter what everybody thinks, I'm a very private and solitude person.
Yeah, and on top of that, if you have a big platform and you're adding your girlfriend into your profile, you're going to allow other people to hit her up because of how good she looks.
And that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I find it annoying when she's sending me screenshots of people hitting her up. But let's end the show with that note. You know, I actually have some things to say about that I won't say. I want you to say, because I'm going to save that for next week's show when I have Keith on. We're going to talk about things like that. Now, I do feel like it's because, especially when you're getting to know somebody, you're being in love. It's like you're under a spell. And which is why I wanted to segue to your topic, which is how can you notice the toxic signs early in a relationship?
Okay, so here's what you gotta do first. You gotta find out when their birthday is.
I'm gonna write this
down. If they're Scorpio or Virgo, they gotta go. No, just kidding. Just kidding. No,
my daughter doesn't mean. No, she doesn't mean this. She's just joking. She's just being funny, guys.
Yeah, I'm just being funny. No.
Hey, everybody tuning in. Thank y'all all for tuning in. Let's give a quick shout out. Barty, Shy Blizzy, Brittany, Luna, Keith, Jenny Perez. Everybody tuning in. Everybody comments and press 1 if it's live, 2 if it's a replay. Torrin later. Everybody commenting. Comment if you guys want a shout out. Lamara, Tiffany, everybody that's checking in. I really want to know as far as how can you spot
you're a Virgo?
Matter of fact, yeah, Keith is a Virgo over here. Like. We'll talk about that guy some other time. I'm just saying though, like, I want to ask the simple questions. What do you guys think toxic is? What do you guys think toxic is? What's a toxic person? Define toxic. Just define toxic. Now, the question for you is, which is your topic, how can we spot the signs from a toxic relationship early?
He stops you from seeing your friends, and he doesn't responds to you when he knows that something is, or she responds to you when they know that something important is supposed to be going on, whether it be a date or a family meeting or something special, whether it be a double date or a party, something.
That's one sign. Like that's like an early sign, right?
That's an early sign, yes.
Okay. Because for that, I would have to say, but when you're under a spell, you think he's just being, he or she is just being protective. You know what? That jealousy is kind of cute in the beginning.
That's okay.
You feel me? So that's why I'm like, it's kind of hard to actually spot these toxic signs in the beginning, because and that's what I mean. You're under this spell. She's not that crazy. Okay, so she busted my car windows. You know what? She seen the crack. She's just looking out for me. I had to get them replaced.
Now that's a female Virgo, and I'll let you know. I may be a Virgo too, but I've never been up to that level. I'm just saying.
Oh, you know Shy, right? Yeah. She says low vibrations.
Yes.
Okay, I actually like that. Thank you for commenting on that. Low vibrations. And you could as an empath speaking, you could definitely notice that off the rip.
And I feel like that's one of the reasons why I was able to say that I was never under a spell. I thought at the time that I was in love and that I love, but thinking about it now, I've never been in love, So what made me realize things is that I was being laughed at, I was being belittled, I was being pushed up onto the corner, and it was just me against the world, literally.
Oh man, that is so hilarious.
But that's what I mean. Shy.
That's what I mean, and I'm gonna say Shy's comment with a little bit of my attitude with it. I'm just saying though.
If my dude don't have this energy, he ain't for me.
But that's what I'm saying. Like in the early stages, you're under a spell, and you think so cute. Like he said, oh, he popped up on me. He's so passionate. Like, really? Get out of my face with that bullshit. That nigga's a stalker. Let's be honest about that. Anybody, like, I already know about how I feel about popping up into my crib unannounced. Popping up at my job.
Oh, no.
Are you clocking in? Are you work here too? Or are you taking care of my shit while I go home break? Why are you here? Are you bringing me lunch?
How
do you even know I work here?
Now that you put it that way, like I was asked to work at the same job that my ex was working at. So now I'm trying to figure out what was he trying to do, but at the same time,
he wanted to see that work husband you keep talking about and bragging about. Y'all think it's cool to have a work husband when y'all in a relationship? Oh man, yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that one too. Like I can smell the sarcasm. Now, so that's what I'm saying. Like, how can you spot the signs of a toxic person early in the relationship? I definitely like the low vibrations. I definitely like when you was talking about when they keep you away from doing what it is that you was already doing prior. Like the example you said, hanging out with your friends, family gatherings, things like that, right?
Yeah, things like that. And not only that, I almost forgot to say this because this actually happened to me. But singing and being open, networking, and being that full-blown brightness, sunshine that you are. That was such a weird way to word it, but bright sunshine that you are, you know. I am going to let this out a little bit, but I was in a relationship. It did not work out. We were about 6 years together, and we ended. When we ended, my heart felt light. My heart
in
felt
a good
light.
way?
In a good
like
way.
as far as
because
alleviated?
What do you feel when your heart is heavy? Sadness.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I agree with
when
that.
When your heart is light, that means you're uplifted. Like you feel something inside of you, ready to burst. Yes.
You feel liberated. You feel a sense of freedom.
Yes,
you
exactly.
feel a sense of not being tied down. Okay. I understand where you're coming from. Okay, cool.
Untrapped.
When I was thinking about that question that you had asked me, one of the things that I that is something why I'm saying that sometimes it's hard to spot the toxicity in another person is because maybe it's not them that's toxic. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you just projecting your own insecurities onto them, and you're so used to acting like the victim.
But what if
But you're the toxic one instead.
But if the person is laughing at you and allowing other people that's supposed to be friends and family laugh at you as well when it comes to your actual insecurities that you already expressed to them. So that's
the hard part. Like when you're getting to know somebody, why you even and I don't want to say why you even telling them the insecurities, because you're supposed to tell them your insecurities because you're dealing with this person. But it's so fucked up when they actually use this insecurities as ammo to make themselves the bigger person or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Like you said, the belittle word and things like that.
When you go do the same thing to them because you know that they have securities, but you only do it face to face, not in front of anybody else.
That's showing respect.
That's they're still feeling some type of way though.
Because they can't even look in the mirror and talk to themselves like that. Yeah. That's why. So it doesn't matter if it's just you two guys. Real talk. It doesn't matter if it's just y'all two in the room and it's only y'all two. Or soundproof, like y'all in a recording studio. The producer, the engineer can't even hear you guys. It doesn't matter if y'all in the middle of downtown on Wall Street and having this conversation. At the end of the day, the guy or the girl that you're actually checking them on their own insecurity, they're gonna feel humiliated. They're gonna feel embarrassed. Why? Because they can't even look at themselves in the face and tell them, hold up, I'm a jealous person. I'm an envious person. I'm an overprotective person. You know what? I got insecurities. You know what? I got flaws. You know what? There's things that I need to do for myself. Matter of fact, who the hell are you to check me on my shit? This is my life. Don't be telling me about what the hell I need to do with my life. That's a defense mechanism.
And it's crazy because that's toxic as shit. Like how you acting like that, but you out here pulling out my flaws in front of people that I don't even fuck with like that. Because they've been hating on me from the jump. And now they part of that squad.
And
now you're giving them more.
What happened?
Yeah, we're supposed to be a team, especially now at this point of our relationship. We're supposed to be technically married because you proposed and whatever.
Yeah. They're engaged to be engaged. Yeah, I get it. Another thing that I thought about as far as how you can spot the toxic signs early in a relationship is when, and I think you touched this on this as well. I'm saying when they judge by their past, when they judge you by their past. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying when they're judging you by your past. We already spoke about that, like your insecurities, because that's why you have your insecurities. This is why you built this wall. This is why you are the way you're at. That's why I'm blaming you. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about I'm blaming you because of my past.
and your exes, right?
Exactly, my exes, or we could get even deeper than that. Childhood trauma, things we go through our mother, or we all know our childhood really affects our adulthood. At the end of the day, all we are is just big babies.
Hey, Starla.
on a different level. Hey, Starla, how you guys doing? Fully appreciate that. I want to see them ones and I want to see them twos if it's a replay, and comment if you guys want a shout out. Definitely want to see that. Now, when they judge you by my past, so I've been cheated on, and okay, true story. I've actually been cheated on. So now, any girl and every girl that I see, that I get involved with, or date, or spend time with, or try to build with, or get to know, whatever it is, whatever happens in that situation, I'm gonna be like, damn, my ex never answered my phone calls when she was at work, but she wasn't really at work. She was just with another guy. She's doing the same shit. You know what? I'm not gonna trust her. Fuck that. So now, by me not trusting you, how the hell am I opening the door for you to trust me? I'm not.
You want to know how you can be able to?
Yeah.
Actually, building a friendship before you jump to the next level. Because when you build a friendship, you get to know, and then you actually get to build and talk about and be comfortable talking about what's the next step y'all want to take, or if you guys are interested in each other and all of that.
But friendships come on. It's hard to build friendships nowadays, especially when everybody got an agenda and has their own intentions when it comes to that. Now, okay. In a friendship, we're all going to be used. We are all used in a friendship.
It depends.
Hold on. Let me finish this before you. What I'm saying is this: in any relationship, we are all used. Mm-hmm. But just because you're used does not mean you need to be abused. Yeah. That's the defining line that what I'm saying as far as we're all used. You're my friend. Why are you my friend? I like to talk to you. I like to have a conversation. I'm using you for that. I'm using you to spend my time to have a good conversation, learn something, learn about life, escape from my own personal life because I don't want to talk about this. Let's talk about that. We always talk about movies. Let's just talk about movies. I'm tired of talking about work, whatever it is. I'm using you for that. But that doesn't mean I'm abusing you, meaning now I'm taking advantage of the friendship, meaning now when you hit me up, when you want to use the friendship for your own personal gain, now I'm not there. Mm-hmm. How is that a friendship? That's not the friendship we're trying to build. The friendship we're trying to build is being there for each other, right?
Yeah, for each other.
It can't work just one way.
Exactly, but that's also where understanding comes. And I see that Keith said something about become friends before you get involved. That idea actually came from...
She's like, toxic. Your girl said toxic people can't pray. Hilarious. I like that one.
I'm so done.
Yeah. You mean become friends before you get involved? Where'd that idea come from?
I just feel like being friends help you get to understand the person better. And you can build trust, build a bond and everything. And that's only if you... of course, it's going to, if you're actually going to spend time with the person and build a friendship, it's because you're taking interest in her or him.
Wow, Amber, I just started dating a friend I've known for 20 years. So what are I going to talk about now?
I'm so done.
I'm being a little sarcastic, but Amber,
great.
How has that friendship excelled or enhanced as far as the relationship, especially that you guys known each other for 20 years? What do you guys talk about now? That's what I want to know. And we kind of spoke about this a little bit, but one of the signs that we was talking about was when you was you had an ex that hit up an ex for information about who the hell they're dating right now.
Oh my God, do not remind me of that. Oh my God, it was so horrible because at this time, I'm going to use respectful words.
If you want. But you did say, I thought this was brutally on its unfiltered.
Now, okay, you know what?
Now we're stirring coffee.
Okay, so at that time, she was bitching and complaining about how I'm trying to talk to him, but mind you that this guy is the father of my child, so of course I'm going to have to conversate with him. Okay. And we work at the same place at the time, and she's threatening me and all of that shit. Hello. And then, So of course he has to block me off of every social media. He can only hit me up through Kick, and that's when he unblocks me.
And this is your baby daddy?
Yeah.
Oh hell no!
Because
I'm not with that shit.
Because she actually blocked me off of everything on his phone.
Oh my god, that's a toxic. That's a toxic sign.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you.
And I was trying to tell him because I care about him, and I'm still going to care about him.
She went in his phone and blocked me. He didn't know 2 weeks after, like, hey, where you been? And the texting and go through.
And that started happening when they first started talking in September.
Nah,
so
that's messed up for me. That to me, I can't put up with something like that. Like, hold up, are you hitting my baby moms for information about me instead of getting?
She's not hitting me up. Hold up, that's not it. Wait.
Who the hell she hitting up? Your kids?
No. Hold on. Let me tell you. It's the dude I was dealing with that was hitting her up because he couldn't get through to him. He found her social media.
Wow.
Found him when he blocked me. He found his.
There are
social
levels
media.
to this shit.
I was like, this nigga acting like a bitch more than me. Like, hello. And I'm sorry, excuse my French, but I was so surprised. He was like, I can't trust you. Dude, I told you everything that gone on in my past. And it takes a lot of people's gut to do that. Oh, man, when I'm in a relationship, I actually give my all. I actually say what's gone on in my past so that you have a better understanding of who I am, of what I do and what I did, and what I rather have.
Where's that time machine?
Time machine?
Yeah, because women like you don't exist nowadays. So what era did you come from?
I hear that a lot. I hear that.
Yeah, because I value morals and standards. You know, I'm you're in the wrong era, girl. You was born in the wrong generation.
And that's okay because I love myself enough to stay single until someone right comes for me. Okay?
I love it. Now, but how easy it is to misunderstand intentions and how to fix it. I'm gonna go straight with it. Love language and communication.
I was just going to say that. Yep, that's exactly what was in my head. And I feel like a lot of people don't want to listen to that. A lot of, like, one person rather acts of service to him or her, and then the other person rather affection, you know, things like that. And it's kind of crazy because depending on where you're at in your mindset, it will not work out. It will not work out because you do not want to take the time and the effort to actually understand that. And there's a lot of people who are blind to that. Like, they don't even think about that. They don't actually sit back, hold up, she's doing all of this, meaning that's how she loves. So maybe I should try to, you know, flip it back onto her so that she knows that I am, you know, I understand where she's coming from.
Nowadays, we don't want to take the time to get to know each other, especially with the instant gratification that
and
we have,
toxic.
especially with the. But I'm just being honest, like
it's true,
with the internet, like you know, like with the internet. Back in the days, I had to go to the library and look through encyclopedias to look for information. Nowadays, my son can just voice tell Alexa, right, and Siri, hey, blah blah blah, and that's it, and all the answers is there. So we are living in a time where we want instant gratification, and we've transferred that energy as far as in our own personal lives, even with the people that we meet. We expect, like, we meet somebody and we look through their Facebook profile, and all of a sudden we feel like we know everything about them. We judge them on what they post. We judge them on what they don't post. So how easy it is to misunderstand somebody else's intention is extremely easy. How to fix it? By communicating and understanding that we all have different love languages.
Exactly.
Now, I wanted to share this because now we're going to talk about the topic as far as, should you break up if your kids do not get along with each other? You got kids. He or she got kids. The kids don't get along. Her kids don't like you. His kids don't like you. Whatever it is, should you break up if the kids do not get along? Like Shy Blizzard, she's over here mentioning all the love languages. There's actually 5: quality time, acts of service, gift giving, words of affirmation, and physical touch. Love it. Thank you for that. We fully appreciate that.
And Keith asked,
Oh, keep it over here. Don't forget the physical. Yeah, they said that the physical touch, definitely. That must be his. Everything is good this far. We both like cars. Okay, so y'all have a lot of things that you guys got in common and things like that. So now, what do you guys think? Do you guys really feel like you guys should just break up if the kids don't get along?
I don't think
She's
so.
literally,
I don't think so because that's I don't think
then
so.
I'm gonna say you damn right. The kids don't get along. The kids come first. Break up with her. She ain't worth it.
Are you saying that this is a debate?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the reason why I say that. Like, if you guys are
Like that one. Like what Erica Warren said. Thank you for tuning in. We fully appreciate you.
Exactly.
Everybody check out her podcast, Dope Discussions. Erica, do me a favor and tag the link on the comments. I would appreciate that. I don't mind. Now she's saying, I think the kids will follow the adults' example.
Mm-hmm. And now, if there's of course, a kid is not going to understand the change that's going on in their life due to their own parents splitting up. But you're not gonna sit here and allow this child to make the decisions for your future moves. If you go ahead and do that, then you're probably going to be stuck single forever or stuck back in a toxic relationship that you got out of for a reason. You get what I'm saying?
Doesn't matter how old the child is?
Definitely not, because
definitely not.
Between
Okay.
a certain age, you teach them, and then after a certain age, they're gonna have to learn things their own anyway, whether they're in a relationship.
You sound like if the kids don't get along, a good ass whipping was the quick antidote.
Actually, I don't want my child.
I'm just joking. Nah, but you really do feel like no matter what, the kids should not get involved in your love life.
That's what.
Especially if you're a single mother and you have.
Which I am.
Okay, so you're a single mother and you have a daughter or you have a son. However old their age, whatever age they is, especially since you say you don't care about the age. So let's just say they're 12. I'm gonna use a medium. They're 12 years old. You don't care how the hell he or she feels. That one thing that matters is how you feel with that person that you're bringing into their life.
Because you have to, just like how you're going to be readjusting your life to be with the person that you're with, the child is going to have to readjust as well, and that's where you as an example comes into that child, like Erica has stated. Of course, as a parent, you want to teach your child certain things are right and wrong and not okay, but you don't want to teach them that other people can get in the way of what love is. You know, and I'm saying love because you shouldn't be bringing your child around somebody that you don't love anyway. Like,
would you have the same conversation with your 8-year-old child than what you would with an 18-year-old child?
Yeah.
You would have the same conversation?
Yeah. I mean, my daughter, she is.
You would have a different approach, obviously, because the 18-year-old would know more things and be able to grasp more things, right? So your approach would be different, but the message would still be the same?
Yeah, like.
Okay.
Like, the message would still be the same because I want to teach my daughter that it's okay to love who you love, but make sure you're taking care of yourself first. And of course, like I said, the readjustment is going to be hard for the child, but I mean, you can't allow their anger or their thoughts of the change trigger any. And
that's where we're getting down to as far as the change, because that's a possibility of why they are acting the way they are acting, why they're being rebellious, why they're lashing out, because of the sudden change.
But if they're lashing out, it could depend on the parenting skills that the parent of that child has. Because my daughter has never lashed out, she'll mention things that she remembers. It's amazing how a 6-year-old can remember things that happened while she was 3.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just a week or two ago, she was like, "Why aren't you and Daddy together anymore?"
Oh, let me see.
Is it because you guys were fighting and crying? I was just like, "What?"
Jaylene commented, "Thank you for commenting. I appreciate it." Eventually, the kids will get along. Now, if they start disrespecting you, that's a whole different story. And that's exactly what you're talking about. Because it's as far as what type of upbringing is this. Now, should you break up if the kids don't get along? I would have two things to say about that. Number one, is it petty? Is the reason why they're acting out, why they're lashing out, or being rebellious, or being disrespectful, whatever it is it petty? Petty as far as it's just a slight change. They're petty as far as they're just not used to it. Petty as far as it's not to that level where it's like, oh my God, I cannot make this work. No, petty as in it's just a 7-year-old acting like a 7-year-old. It's just a teenager acting like a teenager. That's what it is. It's just petty. Mm-hmm. That's one reason I could say as far as evaluating if you should break up with them or not. Because I don't want to say yes and I don't want to say no. There's levels to this and a lot of different scenarios and things like that. Now, another thing I wanted to say as far as what's the parent doing too? So if I'm dating a shorty, and this was actually a true story. So if I'm dating a shorty and her kids are disrespectful. Not even that her kids are disrespectful to me. Her kids are disrespectful to her. Her kids are disrespectful in the whole house. Now, am I going to judge the mother as far as, oh, you just don't know how to raise your kids? I don't know what happened. Maybe she was with the kid's father for X amount of time and they just broke up and the kids are still not okay with it. They're like, who's this new guy? I want daddy back. Mm-hmm. At that point, that's understandable. That's understandable why they acting like this and why you're acting like that. But if the mother, and it's hard because as a parent, especially most mothers that live in a single household that are doing what they gotta do. They're single mothers and they're raising their kids. A lot of y'all mothers have a lot of pity for the child, and because of that pity, y'all let the child control your life. I just feel sorry for her. She's just acting like that because she just misses her dad. You know what? I can't see you. You know, she's just. You have pity. You feel sorry for your child because you understand what it is that you're coming through. But there has to be a balance as far as, okay, my child is here, but I'm here too.
Mm-hmm. That's where self-love comes into play. And you're teaching your child that too. And you don't want to teach your child that self-love involves the abuse or the
toxicity?
Yeah, that.
I probably said it wrong too.
Of the relationship that you were in, and I had mentioned that my daughter had brought up what she remembers, and you don't want your child to remember that. Now it's up to you to actually sit down with your child and say, answer the questions. There's a lot of parents who just brush the child off when they ask, why did you and daddy break up? Why did you and mommy break up?
Oh, I don't. I tell my son and my daughter, I tell them the truth straight up.
Yeah.
This is why. This and this and this was that.
Not into details though.
Yeah.
Right?
Not into. No. I'm not gonna go into details as far as the exact arguments and why we fought and no. Oh, me and mommy, we fought a lot, and which is the truth. Okay, we fought a lot, and I don't want to raise my kids around that type of so much animosity and tension in that household. I don't want my kids to grow up with that, and that's why we broke up, because we both loved you enough that we wanted to provide a nice, healthy, and happy living place for you, because we know that's how you're going to be influenced. That's real. Now, I don't have to tell them, because you know what? I went out and I couldn't even be home 5 minutes. Like, okay, now that's immature.
Yeah,
You're probably like, I don't have to get details on that. Now, we did have a couple of more things that we wanted to talk about, but I'm gonna end this with fuck it. I want to hear your opinion on this, because I'm gonna end this with a boxing analogy. While we're talking, I want you guys to answer this question. Very simple. What's a trophy wife? What is a trophy wife? What do you guys feel a trophy wife is? I'm going to ask Love a question real quick. Then I'm going to respond to the comments. She's going to respond to that question. And then I'm going to finish the show with a boxing analogy. What's a trophy wife? The question for you is...
First of all, I hate that phrase. I'm gonna just say that, but go ahead.
I'm gonna have you talk about that too. Talk about it now.
Oh,
what's
now?
a trophy wife?
Okay.
Matter of fact, talk about it now since we're on the subject.
Well,
what's a trophy wife? What do you think a trophy wife is?
The reason why I hate the phrase trophy wife is because people will just look at a female and say, "Oh, she's a trophy wife," just because of her curves and her full lips and her hypnotizing eyes and all of that. Nah, the trophy wife is the one who will help you win and grind with you until you reach the top, even past that. Like,
okay, so you got two definitions. You got the public's general view.
Yeah.
And you have your own.
Yeah,
so
of course.
a public's general view is a trophy wife is just for show.
You see what Jaylene said? I'm sorry, I got
A bitch with big titties and a big ass and a beautiful face.
No, let me stop.
A trophy wife for you, what does it mean for you? I want you to repeat what it means for you, not for the general public. What does it mean for you? Like you said, a woman that holds you down, that grinds with you, that rides with you, that's there for you to the end. That's an actual trophy
and
wife?
lets you know what it is.
Okay. Okay, cool, because I definitely disagree with that one. Oh, yeah, I definitely disagree with that one.
I mean,
so I'm going to say this.
If she's grinding with you and she's working and she's also making sure that things are straight between your success, I feel like that's a trophy wife.
I like that. She's just good for appearances, but he or she doesn't value her in other areas of his life, but he doesn't value her in other areas. Okay, cool. They're just for show, but they don't value you in other areas of your life. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
But what do you get a trophy for? Your hard work and your success of accomplishing something, right?
Yeah.
So the trophy wife that you get is going to be just as successful as what a trophy signifies.
So
Signifies.
we're gonna get to that. We're running short on time, so let's try to speed this up. So the question is this. So, what's the point of her sending me screenshots of dudes hitting her up? What's the point of her sending me screenshots of niggas being thirsty?
Didn't you just mention earlier on how she would be
What's the point?
Didn't you just?
I want to talk about that. What's the point? What's the point?
To let you know
okay, so
that she's not hitting them up, or if she is hitting them up, that at least that you know.
Oh, that's what you think. Oh, you're so optimistic.
I mean,
that.
It
Let's
just
be
depends
honest.
because
So
when it comes to me,
the second part to that question is this.
She's bragging.
Why is she telling me that one of her exes, and this actually came from a personal experience from when that happened years ago. Why did she tell me that one of her exes hit her up that looks better than me, has more money than me? She's telling me that because I don't know the nigga, right?
Oh, wow.
But she turned him down anyway because she wants to see where this is going. Like, this is a conversation me and Keith are going to talk about next week. But being that I have a woman here, I really want to hear a woman's perspective and your point of view on that. What you said, bragging? It could be bragging. No. First you said so she could show you that how loyal and faithful. Miss me with that one, please.
No. Hold on. Listen. I may say what I said, but I definitely know what a female would be is doing if she were to do that.
The extra.
Knowing, yeah,
Okay.
Exactly. She's being a fuck girl. She's being a fuck girl. Okay, I'm gonna just keep it
so my
real.
assumptions were right. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
she's being a fuck girl.
Doing this like to make you jealous, definitely.
Men do that too, though.
Yeah, but we're
Like,
talking
look at
about
the
females right now, right?
Okay,
we
but
get
I'm
at the men
saying-
next week.
I'm
Nah,
saying, like, of
you're
course,
right,
men
though.
would know the reason why is because they do it occasionally. Look what I can have. Okay, females do it because they know that men will emotionally get a little bothered.
If by bothered you mean annoyed, then yes, you're absolutely right. Because that shit annoys the shit out of me. I don't care.
Because
I already know you got 100 dudes hitting you up.
why you gotta let me know? Like,
So you're gonna send me another 100 pictures tomorrow too? Like, so this is what we're talking about. I don't care.
might as well just give me your password and
I
stuff
don't
like that. And
care.
if you
I really don't. I don't care. Like, don't talk to me about that. I don't care. So now to end the show, let's talk with the boxing analogy. Now, the reason why I disagreed with you as far as what you think a trophy wife is. Mm-hmm. Now, I definitely agree with you when you said the general conception or misconception from people's view as far as what a trophy wife is it's just for show. If I have a trophy wife, or, you know, like females, I have trophy husbands, right? But I'm talking from a man. So now if I have a trophy wife,
I never heard of that before, but
a trophy husband, right?
No, I'd rather just have my man.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do some research and talk about this next week then, right? What's a trophy
I'll be here
husband?
next week. Let me know.
All right, that's what's up. So a trophy wife. What we really believe is they're just there for show, and they're just there to make you look better. They're just there to make you look good. A trophy. This is my trophy. This is my accomplishment. This is what I want. This is what I worked hard for. This is what I won. right? It's just a trophy wife. It's just on the book for shelf. It's just for show. That's what we believe. Now, you feel like a real trophy wife is a good woman. Cool. I disagree with everything like that. Because I don't believe there is a trophy wife. I don't believe there should be a trophy wife. And I don't believe there should be a trophy husband. I believe, and I could be wrong, you can disagree with me on this one, but I believe that the relationship is the trophy.
Okay.
Not the husband.
Now that you said
not the
that,
wife.
Yeah.
The relationship is the trophy. Not the woman. Now you ask me, and that's why I saved it for now. You ask me, why do you get a trophy? What do you do with the trophy? You're damn right. But after you won the trophy, are you still in competition for that trophy?
No.
You have it already.
Yeah, but you gotta take care of it.
This is what I'm saying. The relationship is the trophy. So it's not like, okay, so I won her and now she's on the shelf. I won that race. I'm good. Do I still want to keep racing? Or am I done racing? So the boxing analogy goes like this. We're fighting for a title belt. I'm a boxer. And we're going to use a boxing analogy to describe relationships. And I want to give credit to Liz Peter because we actually had a conversation and we came up with this. So it comes up like this. So I'm the champ right now. Meaning we're already in a relationship. Mm-hmm. So if I'm the boxer in this analogy, who are you?
The encourager.
The person, my coach.
Oh yeah, that's true.
My trainer.
Yeah. That's
in between rounds when I'm fighting or whatever. Now I'm in the corner and you're there. You're supporting me. You take care of me. You're making sure I'm ready to go back in there. Mm-hmm. But what am I going back in there for? To fight for you, or to fight for the relationship? And who am I fighting? So who's the contender in this boxing analogy? Who's the contender?
Well,
another guy?
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
Or
like
life?
That. Life. Yeah, I would say life because I mean. There's gonna be people. Whether it be family or friends, that are going to try to interfere with your relationship and talk shit and talk all that negative, negative comments that shouldn't even be said, and then it's gonna cause you to be put in a position where you don't know what to do because you got love for them and you know them longer, but she is your one. So what are you gonna do?
You're going to keep fighting.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm in that ring. And I used to put myself, but if we're in a relationship, you're in that ring too fighting.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But we're not fighting each other.
We're fighting
together. We're on the same corner. We're helping each other fight this life so we could keep this trophy. Because like I said, we are already the champ. Mm-hmm. We already have the belt. So we already have a relationship established.
And people are hating on that.
But we're still fighting.
Mm-hmm.
We're still fighting for this relationship. I'm not fighting for you. I'm not fighting you because, I don't want other dudes to get your attention. I'm not fighting you. I'm not fighting the other dudes. I'm fighting life as far as I need to keep doing what it is that I need to do and what I did to attain this belt. I need to be the defender. I still need to defend my belt. That's the boxing analogy.
Exactly. And there's I know time is running, but
Nicole Amber. The reason why she keeps on telling you all this is because to let you know she got other options. I do like who said this? I like Erica Warren. She's like, some women also do this because she's afraid you might take her for granted. Yes.
That's true, but if you're secure in your relationship and trust your man enough, then you shouldn't have to be showing off and trying to make him feel insecure by making him think that he's got to fight for you for some
what if you're just in the talking phase,
like that. Okay, talking phase.
Yeah, what if you're just in the talking phase?
Because
you're right. I do agree with everything you said. You're right. If you have a girl, if you got a man, there's no competition at that point, right? There is no. I chose you not because I needed you, because I wanted you.
But that's where the communication comes between y'all. Like if y'all are sitting here and just saying no strings attached, but we're getting to know each other, see where it goes. That's where you guys have to keep communicating, keep updating each other and stating, okay, we're ready to be exclusive. Cut off all those niggas and bitches. Like. Next step is...
But if we decided to be exclusive and then something happens and we go on a break and then we get back together, does that agreement still hold? Because I'm over here talking like Ross from Friends. Like, I'm telling Rachel, we was on a break.
First of all, what's a break?
What's a break? Come on, guys. Now next week, some of the things we're gonna talk about is what we ended the show on, as far as why do they send you DMs of people flirting with you and people hitting on you? What's the point of sending them screenshots? What's the point of even telling them, hey, you know, my ex hit me up and they want to get back with me, but, you know, they got more money than you, they look better than you, but you know what? I still told them no. What's the point of that? And another thing we're going to talk about is, why are they always bringing their damn friend along? Seriously, I asked you out on a date and she out here telling me, but you know she's lonely. You know she don't got nobody. I don't care about your friend. You know what? We're going to talk about that next week. Make sure y'all tune in. It'll be at 8 o'clock. Isn't that right, Keith?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that energy back there. Enthusiasm. You're the best, man. You're the best, man.
Spit a verse.
Spit a verse, man. Spit a verse. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Stitch. Aquí tranquilo con la bella, Love Bella. I'll see y'all next week. Hasta luego. Y'all already know that all we got is fuego. That's it.
Yeah.
So tuning out. It's your boy Stitch's NBC. Out here tuning out with
Bella.
Thank you so much for joining in. I'm appreciative. I'm grateful, and I can't wait to have you again. Maybe we'll have Keith too, and we could really have a great discussion.
Oh, this
Thank y'all
will
for
be
tuning
fun.
in. I love y'all. God bless.